مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of grade 10, Mr Aymen is back. Unit 3, Globetrotting, a new speaking lesson. I think by now you are familiar with the topic of Unit 3. And before starting our lesson, have a look, listen, and think about these verses from Al-Imam Shafi'i, in which he invites to travel and enumerates the pros and benefits of traveling. He says, ما في المقام لذي عقل وذي أدب من راحة فدع الأوطان واغتربي سافر تجد عوضا عمن تفارقه وانصب فإن لذيذ العيش في النصب إني رأيت وقوف الماء يفسده إن ساح طاب وإن لم يجري لم يطب والأسد لولا فراق الأرض ما افترست والسهم لولا فراق القوس لم يصب والشمس لو وقفت في الفلك دائمة لملها الناس من عجم ومن عرب والتبر كالترب ملقا في أماكنه والعود في أرضه نوع من الحطب فإن تغرب هذا عز مطلبه وإن تغرب ذاك عز كالذهب. And he says, تغرب عن الأوطان في طلب العلا وسافر ففي الأسفار 5 فوائد تفرج هم واكتساب معيشة وعلم وآداب وصحبة ماجد. And to our speaking lesson, and our objectives for today are as follow. We aim to learn to exchange talks about holidays, traveling, tourism and trips. We want as well to make and respond to suggestions. And finally, we want to express and justify preferences. You'll need your student's book, page 37, 73, and next 41. For now, kindly open your student's book on page 37, speaking, activity A, and someone to read the instruction. Yes, discuss in pairs or in groups. We want to find answers to questions like, where do you usually go on holiday? What type of holiday do you usually go on? What type of accommodation do you usually choose? And what type of holiday have you never tried but would like to? Tell us why. So if you have a brother or a friend just next to you, try to prepare your own dialogue and exchange a talk using these questions. One of you, of course, will ask, and the second will answer. When you're ready, just let me know. You came back so fast. And here is your dialogue, so let's listen to your friends. But you didn't tell me who will perform the dialogue. Ravi and Isa. The door is yours. Where do you usually go on holiday? I usually go to places by the beach because I love swimming and water sports. And what type of holiday do you usually go on? Backpacking holiday, cruise, hiking holiday, package tour, camping, sightseeing tour, adventure holiday, skiing holiday, holiday by the beach. To say the truth, I love them all. And when you are there, what type of accommodation do you usually choose? I generally prefer hotels, rented flats or studios, sometimes motels, but also campground and tents. And what type of holiday have you never tried but you would like to? And why? I'd like to go on a safari because it would be very adventurous and I would have a unique opportunity to see wild animal up close, near. I have never gone to such a place or in such an experience. Great performance, Ali and Isa. So as we finished speaking A, let's move to speaking B. And you want to read the instructions in B? It's the same page, just at the bottom. Yes? Talking groups. Look at the pictures showing 3 different types of holiday. Compare them and discuss the questions. You can use the words or phrases in the box. Which box, mister? The box just down. Pause the video, read the given language in the box and think to answer the questions. And don't forget to tell me when you finish. You did? Who is it? It's Brahim. Great. Which question you will answer? The first one, which is, what are the advantages and disadvantages or pros and cons or benefits and drawbacks of each holiday? The door is yours. I believe that one of the best things about going on a safari is that it is very exciting, since you visit faraway destinations and observe and photograph many wildlife species. Another important advantage is that you never get bored, as there is a constant change of scenery. However, the main disadvantage is that it can be dangerous. If the necessary safety measures are not taken, it can also be pretty expensive. And if you talk about camping, the main benefit about going camping is that it is an environmentally friendly type of holiday, since you practically live and sleep in nature. It is also pretty inexpensive compared to a safari or a cruise. However, sleeping in a tent can be uncomfortable or even dangerous if you don't choose an organized campground. And if we talk about the cruise, I think the main advantage of a cruise is that it is a luxurious and relaxing type of holiday, as you just sit back and enjoy yourself without worrying about anything. Furthermore, you can visit many exotic and faraway destinations depending on the kind of cruise you choose to go on. But it can turn out to be boring, since you have to spend a lot of time on board the cruise liner. Another drawback worth considering is that it is very expensive compared to a safari or a camping holiday. Great job! You gave us enough information about possible advantages and disadvantages about each of these holidays. And I think your friend can think, of course, about other pros and cons. But now we need to answer the second question. What kind of people do you think prefer to go on each? Again, pause the video and think of your own answers. So, Abdulaziz, what kind of people do you think prefer to go on each? I think that the safari is ideal for people who are really adventurous and want to try something different. What about you, Salam? I agree, but since it can be pretty expensive, I think that more and more people who want to be adventurous are choosing camping. Camping can promote an ecological sense of living and thinking, and it can be a beneficial experience, especially for children. And you, Jason? In my opinion, both the safari and the camping holiday can be very tiring and dangerous. So I think a cruise is ideal for people who want a stress-free type of holiday. And to the last question in this task, which is, which holiday would you prefer to go on? And let's start with Ali. Personally, I'd really like to have the chance to go on a safari, as I'm really interested in wildlife, and it would make me feel like I was taking part in one of the TV documentaries that I enjoy watching. You, Abdullah? I'd prefer to go on a cruise because it seems a very relaxing type of holiday. And you, Rashid? Which holiday would you prefer to go on? I'd really like to go camping because I want to be close to nature. Camping gives you a sense of freedom, since you can put up your tent wherever you choose to. You feel free. Again, you did a perfect job. So as we finished with this task, let's go to London. Where, mister? To London, the capital city of England. No, I mean, where in the book? I'm sorry, to page 41. Someone to read the instruction? Talk in pairs. Imagine that you and your partner are in London, England, and have enough time to go on only one of the tours below. Discuss and decide which one, using the information you have and given reasons. Use some of the words, phrases in the box. But, mister, I don't know how to propose or suggest, how to reply, how to justify, how to describe, how to say I like both, but I prefer only one. Great. You have enough linguistic items, adjectives, phrases to talk about traveling, like historic, ideal, enjoyable, adventurous, impressive, educational, spectacular, magnificent, breathtaking views, unforgettable experience, great opportunity, get seasick, too tiring. And if you want to suggest or make or recommend a suggestion, you can use any of the phrases found in your student's book, like I think we should go to because, or let's choose, or if you choose one option, we can or we will enjoy. You can start your recommendation as, why don't we visit Ahmed? Or why not visit Salem? Or how about discovering the new National Library? Or what if we decide to travel to Australia? Or we can do that activity. What do you say? To express your agreement or disagreement, you can opt for any of the options below, like, I agree, it will be fun. Yes, let's do it. Or simply, why not? You can also reply saying, that's a good idea. Or simply, good idea. Or if you disagree, you can say, don't you think we'd enjoy visiting Spain more than visiting France? Or I don't think so. You can also say, I think we'd enjoy going to the safari more because we like to discover something new. And if you want to express your preference in case you like both or you dislike both, you can say, I prefer to play football because it's funny, or I'd prefer not to play basketball because I'm not that tall person. You can also say, I'd rather not go to camping because simply I don't like it. I think now you have all the material to suggest or recommend, to agree or disagree with the suggestion, and to express your preference. And now we can go to your student's book, page 41, to decide which of the two tours you will choose. Pause the video and have an idea about both. Remember, you are in London and you have enough time to go on only one of the tours below. You should discuss, decide, but the most important thing is to give your own reasons. I will wait for a while to listen to your conversation and exchange of talks, arguments, suggestions, and responses. I'm still waiting. You have all the information needed about each of the two tours: the duration, the fees, the language you can use, the steps, and the places to visit. And let's listen to Muhammad and Abdulaziz. The door is yours and the wall is yours. I think we should go on tour A because it is cheaper and takes less time than the other tour. Also, taking a boat ride on Regent's Canal will be an unforgettable experience. And then we'll be able to enjoy a fantastic view of London from Primrose Hill. Don't you think so? Well, you definitely have a point, but don't you think we'd enjoy the London bus tour more? After all, if we really want to have a nice view of London, we should definitely visit the London Eye. I'm sure that the view from there will be breathtaking. You're right, but the London bus tour lasts 9 hours. I think it will be too tiring. Oh, come on, you aren't afraid of the London Eye, are you? Don't be silly. I'd rather go on the first tour because it offers more things to do and see. For example, besides the boat ride, we'll also have the chance to visit London Zoo, which is one of the oldest zoos in the world. But we can do and see just as many things on the London tour pass, since we can stop at Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace and Hyde Park. Okay, I suppose you're right. I am. We can't go back home without taking a tour of London. And here we are. To say the truth, you impressed me during this lesson. And I will just ask you to think of these situations, to talk about them, and why not to write your own paragraphs or emails to your friend. The first is, your friend refuses to visit any country. Mister, there is an R missing. Okay, I will add it. Give me just a second. Your friend refuses to visit any country? How can you convince him to change his mind? Write him an email if you want. You can think of the second situation, which is, which country do you want to visit? What are the benefits of traveling? And what are the drawbacks of traveling? Here we are at the end. Thank you for your performance and your attention for today. See you so soon, safe and happy, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.